With the phase-out process of the Halifax-Class set to begin sometime in the 2030s, with the arrival of the upcoming River-class destroyers, we thought it would be a good time to take a look back at the outgoing ships and their history with the Royal Canadian Navy. Having served Canada since the early to mid-1990s, just after the end of the Cold War, these 12 multi-role patrol frigates have been the backbone of the Navy for around 3 decades. And so we'll review the ship's developmental history, go over their specifications, and the role they've played in the Canadian forces. Let's get started. With a lot of this background information coming from the Canadian Encyclopedia, we have to give a shout out to the website for providing a fairly comprehensive history of this vessel class. The site notes that the Halifax-Class frigates, initially known as the City-class, were the result of the Canadian Patrol Frigate or CPF program, a project initiated by the Department of National Defence in 1975, with official project approval and orders following in 1977. By the time the project had launched, it said that the US Navy had developed the towed array sonar, and this major technological breakthrough drastically changed the concept of ship-based anti-submarine warfare. With this in mind, the government endorsed the concept and aimed to incorporate it into the Canadian Patrol Frigate project. According to Marc Milner, author of the book Canada's Navy, the First Century, the government wanted a ship with general-purpose capability, with its primary function as an anti-submarine warfare platform with secondary capabilities in anti-air and anti-ship warfare. The design would also have to be able to operate a helicopter while utilizing state-of-the-art command and communication equipment. To avoid the cost overruns experienced with the previous Iroquois project, it was decided that CPF would be handled by an external contractor. This led to an invitation to submit bids, and by 1978, 5 bids would be received. In his write-up titled The Canadian Patrol Frigate, Commander J.M. Littlefair says that the list of 5 was narrowed down to 2, St. John Shipbuilding and Scan Marine Incorporated. Littlefair says that each team received a contract in July 1981 worth approximately 20 million Canadian dollars to prepare their proposals for the CPF program. Contractors were required to develop a ship design, develop required life cycle support measures, maximize Canadian industrial benefits, and put all these various aspects into one contractual and financial package. And so in 1982, both contractors made submissions containing approximately 35,000 pages, and it said that both bids were assessed as being fully acceptable proposals. However, the ultimate winner would be St. John Shipbuilding, which was awarded an implementation contract for the first batch of 6 ships with a project ceiling cost of $3.85 billion and a target cost of $3.414 billion, all figures being in 1983/84 Canadian dollars. The 6 new frigates would be built in 2 areas. For this initial order, 3 ships would be built at the St. John Shipbuilding facilities in St. John, New Brunswick, and 3 at facilities located on the St. Lawrence Seaway. We won't go through all the details of each batch, but navaltechnology.com states that in the end, 9 of the 12 ships were constructed at the St. John shipyards, while the other 3 would be completed at Marine Industries Davies Lausanne, Quebec yard. The ships were named after major Canadian cities, and their names and pennant numbers are as follows: Halifax 330, Vancouver 331, Ville de Québec 332, Toronto 333, Regina 334, Calgary 335, Montreal 336, Fredericton 337, Winnipeg 338, Charlottetown 339, St. John's 340, and finally Ottawa 341. NavalTechnology.com writes that the Canadian government launched a modernization project in June 2007 to upgrade the Halifax-Class frigates, with these upgrades including new command system, harpoon missile system, radar suite, and more. Refit began in October 2010, and all 12 frigates were upgraded by around 2016 and fully operational again by 2018. And so it's at this point that we will go over the current technical specifications, armament, and sensors of this frigate class. Full load displacement is 4,770 tons, length is 134.1 meters, while beam is 16.4 meters. Maximum crew 225. For performance, top speed is about 30 knots, and this is courtesy of a CODOG system consisting of two General Electric LM2500 gas turbines generating 47,500 shaft horsepower combined, plus one SEMT Peelstick 20 PA6 V280 diesel engine generating 8,800 shaft horsepower. Range is said to be some 9,500 nautical miles. Moving over to weapon systems, the ship's main gun is a remotely controlled Bofors 57mm rapid-fire gun Mark III. Each frigate is also fitted with a Mark 48 VLS firing 16 evolved Sea Sparrow missiles, along with a single 20mm Phalanx close-in weapon system for point air defense, mounted on top of the rear helicopter hangar. There are also 8 Harpoon surface-to-surface missiles to strike surface threats, and these are arranged in 2 quadruple Mark 141 launcher canisters. The Canadian Encyclopedia adds that each frigate carried 24 Mark 46 lightweight anti-submarine torpedoes, although this is being changed to US-designed Mark 54 324mm lightweight torpedoes. Each ship was fitted with 8 12.7mm heavy machine guns, but this was later changed to 4 12.7mm M2HQ Mini Typhoon remote weapon stations. Finally, for decoy measures, frigates used the Multi-Ammunition Soft Kill System, or MASS. For sensors, the Smart S Mark II is the primary tactical radar used on the Halifax-Class frigates, and this operates alongside the Sea Giraffe 180, or SG-180 medium-range air and surface search radar. In 2021, Saab was contracted to provide the Sea Giraffe AMB medium-range 3D air/surface surveillance radar as a further upgrade to ship sensors. Frigate modernization through the 2010s also saw older Kelvin Hughes navigation radars replaced with navigation radars from Raytheon Anschutz. For sonar, ships use a GDMS Canada AN/SQS 510 hull-mounted sonar, plus a GDMS Canada TLFAS variable depth towed array sonar. All of these sensor and weapon systems are now managed through Lockheed Martin Canada's CMS 330 combat management system, which integrates elements from the Saab 9LV. However, the ship's original command and control system was CCS 330. The ships embark a large ASW helicopter as the primary weapon delivery platform, and this would begin with the CH-124 Sea King, and later from 2018 changed to the CH-148 Cyclone. The military calls the Halifax-Class Canada's ambassador around the world, explaining that these ships are the Navy's first choice when conducting operations due to their ability to perform a wide range of missions. Their main purpose is to stop hostile nations and organizations from performing illegal activities and, when necessary, engage in combat. The frigates also serve as Canada's representatives in multinational task forces such as Standing NATO Maritime Groups 1 and 2 and Combined Task Force 150, which protects shipping lanes outside the Arabian Gulf. While these ships have served Canada since the mid-1990s and have seen modernizations in recent years, these upgrades will only extend their service into the 2030s. At that point, the Halifax-Class will pass on the torch to the brand-new River-class destroyers, although the massive new project could be subject to delays, leading to a capability gap. This may prompt further upgrades to the Halifax-Class, but we'll have to wait and see. What do you think of Canada's Halifax-Class frigates? Let us know by leaving a comment.